Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. Western countries have condemned Belarus for diverting a plane flying over its territory to arrest a Belarusian opposition journalist. EU leaders have discussed their response to what the Union's executive called a hijacking, and the US State Department said was a shocking act. Belarus scrambled a fighter jet to force the plane, which was bound for Lithuania, to land in Belarus, claiming a bomb threat. Police came and took Roman Protasevich away when passengers disembarked. Witnesses said the activist told fellow passengers he would face the death penalty. State media in Belarus said President Alexander Lukashenko had personally given the order for the move. The incident drew sharp condemnation from across the European Union. Italy has launched an investigation into the cause of a cable car accident that left 14 people dead. The car plunged 20 metres into the side of the Motarone mountain near Lake Maggiore in northern Italy. 13 people died at the scene, including a 2-year-old child. 2 other children, aged 9 and 5, were airlifted to hospital in Turin, but the older child later died. On Monday, the crumpled remains of the cable car were sealed off and technicians prepared to examine the wreckage. Prosecutors in Milan said they had opened an investigation into involuntary homicide and negligence. Myanmar's former leader Aung San Suu Kyi has appeared in court for the first time since her government was overthrown by the military in February. During a 30-minute meeting with her legal team, she said she had no access to newspapers during her detention and was only partially aware of what was happening outside. The former leader faces several charges, including violation of state secrets law. She's been held under house arrest for 16 weeks since she was deposed. Residents in the Democratic Republic of Congo have returned to destroyed houses after a large volcano erupted, with many searching for missing loved ones. Mount Nyiragongo turned the sky red and spewed out a river of lava on Saturday, but stopped short of Goma, a city of 2 million just south of the volcano. At least 15 deaths have been confirmed, but the number is likely to rise as officials reach the hardest hit areas. More than 170 children are feared to be missing, and 150 others have been separated from their families, that's according to UNICEF, which said centres would be set up to help unaccompanied minors. The number of deaths linked to COVID-19 in India has moved past the 300,000 mark as the country continues to grapple with the pandemic. Experts warn that the real number of fatalities might be much higher, as many deaths are not officially recorded. India has registered 26 million cases, second only to the US, and is now the epicenter of the global pandemic. The country is also the third in the world to record more than 300,000 deaths, behind the US and Brazil. The Wall Street Journal has reported that 3 researchers from China's Wuhan Institute of Virology sought hospital care in November 2019, months before China broke news of the new disease. The newspaper cited a previously undisclosed US intelligence report which said that the symptoms of the researchers were consistent with COVID-19. In response to the article, China's foreign ministry called the news hype from the US and accused it of trying to divert attention. Beijing reiterated that the WHO team investigating the pandemic's origins said a lab leak was extremely unlikely. Japan has kicked off a mass vaccination program in Tokyo and Osaka with the aim of vaccinating as many people as possible before the beginning of the Olympic Games. The military has set up centres offering thousands of shots each day, prioritising the elderly. The country's vaccination drive started late and was hampered by supply shortages and organisational hurdles. Japan's efficient healthcare system has been increasingly overwhelmed by the latest surge, with some hospitals running out of beds and ventilators. Large parts of Japan are currently under a state of emergency. And finally, rowers have taken part in one of the most beloved regattas in Venice, the Vogalonga. Usually there would be rowers from every corner of the world, but of course the pandemic this year means most were made up exclusively of Italians. The return this year of the regatta is extra special as the city is celebrating the 1,600th anniversary of its foundation. The 30-kilometre event was created in 1974 to raise awareness of the problems of waves afflicting the lagoon city. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.